Alright, what's going on YouTube? My name is John, or the Narwhal, and today I'm bringing you guys my 3,000 subscriber Q&A. This is actually a while overdue because we hit 3,000 subs a couple weeks ago when I posted my music video. So thank you guys so much for sharing it and liking it and commenting. Whenever you guys do any of that, it helps me out so much, and my channel's been doing really well recently, so we're just gonna keep it going. Super high quality video every single week, so let's just keep it going. So to dive into it, the first question's from Rec. I've known Rec for literally years, probably like at least 3 years, I think. He's an awesome guy, but he says, what was your lowest low on your journey to success? Honestly, I'm not really where I want to be yet. I'd say I have more success now than I had like last year this time, but I'm not like super successful or anything like that at all. But I think near the start of the school year in college, I tried to daily vlog like I did the whole summer, and my camera wasn't the best, and I don't know, daily vlogging for my channel, for like the type of content I like to make, it just went downhill. It didn't go well. The views were dropping, people were focused on school, and my channel was just really dead, which it's not now. Like, I brought it back to life, but for a while I had like 2,500 subs and could barely get 100 views in a video, and they were like good videos. So that was really hard on me for a while. All right, my best friend Kyle says, what do you think is my best feature? Your hairline. Okay, next question from my buddy Blake, who was actually here visiting me from Louisiana a couple months ago. You guys might have seen him in the video, but he said, what type of videography / photography / filmmaking would you like to do as your career? I'm still going to college, but honestly, I think I can make something out of this on my own. But right now, I'm thinking like some sort of either travel videography or freelance stuff. Like, he does weddings. He has his own wedding company, which is kind of cool. I wouldn't really want to do weddings, but I don't know, anything where I can travel and express my creativity in a way that I think can help people, I'd be happy to do that. And YouTube, if I can somehow grow my YouTube channel to the point where I could make like some money, maybe not my full living off YouTube, but at least something, that'd be really cool too. All right, the next question's from Dan, who's literally been like my diehard best fan for as long as I've been making videos. I love you, Dan. He said, what's your favorite project you've worked on, and what's your biggest tips for videographers who are just starting out? So my favorite project I've ever worked on is kind of hard because I've made a bunch of different types of videos, you know, like they're not all the same. They're not all vlogs, or they're not all music videos, or they're not all short films, but I guess as a whole, I'd have to say either the social side of social media, because that got footage from a span of a couple months, I think, and I literally spent forever on that. So that was really fun to make and see it come together, because it was almost exactly what I envisioned in my head. Or the music video that I released 2 weeks ago called Disconnected, because we spent so much time on it and it just did really well, and even the artist saw it, and it made me feel really good. So one of those two videos. All right, next question is from Will Hire, who's a part of Era, which is the team that I filmed for at Anaheim. And he said, how did you edit that masterpiece from Anaheim? What programs did you use? So a lot of people ask me what I edit with. I mostly edit in just Adobe Premiere. A lot of people think you can't really do crazy editing things in Premiere, but you can really do a lot in Premiere, and After Effects is really only necessary if you are a very skilled editor, or you're trying to do things that are more like motion graphics related. I mean, obviously there's other programs, but you guys get the idea. Like, if you're just making cuts and like pretty looking videos, you don't need to use After Effects. I just use Premiere. All right, the next question is from Swerve, who's been supporting me for a long time, and he says, do you have any inspirations, and if so, what is it? So I have a couple inspirations that are people, and then a couple inspirations that are things or ideas or concepts. So for the people, I'd have to say Will Smith, the actor. I watched a bunch of interviews and read a bunch of things about him, and I love all his movies, and obviously I'm a film guy, so I'm into movies, and just everything about him, like on and off the stage, is just, I really like it, and I love what he preaches. So definitely Will Smith. And I've also always loved Kevin Garnett, who played for the Boston Celtics, because I used to play basketball, and I always looked up to him because I watched like a 60 minutes, or no, what's it called, 30 for 30 thing on him, and about his work ethic and his intensity, and that type of work ethic is what I desire to have in every aspect of my life. And then obviously like my parents, I look up to my parents in every way. Those are my inspirations. And then also I kind of just want to make the world a better place. I want to make others' lives better. All right, Mint Dash asks, favorite part about doing videography? Honestly, just the final product, or seeing the final product come to life. So kind of the process of having a vision in your head and then like creating it and actually seeing it come to life, which is really hard to do sometimes. A lot of times you shoot a whole video and then you end up just scrapping it because it isn't what you really thought it would be in your head. And the more time you practice, the more successful you'll be at that. But I have to say that the finished product, I honestly really do like the editing process. Some people think the editing process is pretty tedious, which it is, but I actually really like sitting down and just like nerding out and being a hermit for like 3 days. But all right, my buddy Bennett asked for my social security number. It's for Steven Van, who's also been supporting for so long. I appreciate it, Steven. He asks what my favorite movie is, and I'm glad someone asked this because I'm a huge movie nerd. I love movies. I honestly could go on about this question for hours, but I'll just read you my top 10 movies so you guys get the idea. Break, Good Will Hunting, Inception, Planet of the Apes, Split, The Pursuit of Happiness, The Truman Show, Saving Private Ryan, Whiplash, Captain Fantastic. And then if I had to add an 11th, I'd probably say Birdman. If you guys haven't heard of them, go check them out. Amazing movies. All right, next question is from my buddy Hunter, and he says, what's the move? And if you guys don't know Hunter, he's actually the photographer and videographer for an esports organization called Panda. And I've known him through social media for a while, and then I met him at MLG Anaheim, and then he was at DreamHack Atlanta. So I've known him kind of for a while, and he's a super cool guy, and they're actually moving down to LA where I'm going to school, and I'm heading back to school in a couple days. So I think he's referring to that. Honestly, Hunter, let's link up and make some crazy videos. All right, Munchies asks, what's your ultimate goal with your videography career? Like I said, I want to eventually do this full time. I want to make people's lives better. My favorite quote is a Will Smith quote, and he says, if you're not making others' lives better, you're wasting your time. And honestly, I just want to make the world a better place than when I came into it. And I also would like to travel. It's not like a do or die. I can definitely make amazing films in one place, but I think it'd be really cool to get to travel to help my storytelling and just to see the world. But that's just kind of a bonus. All right, Manny asks, what's your favorite letter of the alphabet? Probably J, because my name is John. Fun fact, I'm also J. Cole. My name is John Cole Stephen Farrar. I have 2 middle names, but I'm J. Cole, like J. Cole copied me. All right, Taxi asks, any tips for new people trying to get into videography and photography, and best way to travel cheaply while slowly building a career? Okay, well, to answer the second part, the best way to travel cheap while trying to build your career is to do things for free. And honestly, you probably won't go like across states or across countries at the start yet, because like that requires some money and people probably aren't going to pay you for that yet. So you got to kind of build your resume first and just get a bunch of projects, make your portfolio bigger and show that you know what you're doing. And then eventually someone might be like, hey, I'll fly you out here for free, but you won't get paid for it. It'll be free work. So then you're getting to travel, you're just not getting paid yet. And then eventually you get traveled there, and then you get paid on top of that as well. And then I guess to answer the first part, any tips for new people trying to get into it? People say equipment doesn't matter, but it does matter. So try and get a decent camera or a decent lens. Obviously it's not everything. I'd say also try and focus on the story. So like in videography, don't just get a bunch of random shots that look cool. Like that obviously helps if they look nice, but if you just throw random shots together with music, it's like, what am I watching? So you gotta have some sort of story there. All right, Micah says, when did you start doing videography and photography? I started once I kind of stopped making gaming videos, and it was after I found like Justin Escalona and Casey Neistat. Don't really like Justin Escalona anymore for a few reasons, and then Casey Neistat, I still love him, but I'd say like going into my senior year of high school is when I kind of started it, and now I'm going into my sophomore year of college. All right, Ardent says, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Honestly, I have no idea where I'll be in 10 years. I don't even know where I'll be next year. Last year, I didn't even know if I'd be going back to college. I was hoping I could do 1 year and then like get a job that I loved, but that didn't happen, so we're going back. I don't know, honestly, like anything could happen. If esports takes me somewhere, I'd love to pursue that because I have a really big opportunity right now with the organization I'm with, because Obey is pretty big. So we'll see. I don't really know. I hope I'm doing something video and photo related. I hope I have a bigger YouTube channel, and I hope that I'm doing something that kind of will leave a legacy behind and that will make people's lives better. All right, O'Neill Almodovar. Oh, I have no idea how to say your name. I am sorry. O'Neill says, what's the best laptop to edit your videos? I have zero clue about any PC or laptops, so sorry buddy, but ask someone else because I don't know. All right, Ethan says, tips for new YouTubers. For YouTube, not really just videography, but YouTube as a whole, titles really matter, which is really annoying. I wish I could just slap a video on YouTube and just title it like video 1 and have it do well, but it won't. So you don't always have to lie, but you do kind of got to clickbait even on videos. Like, even if you don't want to clickbait, you have to if you want your video to get views. All right, Idiot Game Dev says, which 2 Obey members do you ship the most? I read that question yesterday. I didn't know what it meant. I read it again now. I still don't know what it means. All right, Henry says, is there a chance you could help me get in Dare? So, good one, Henry. Good one. All right, now we get to the really interesting and entertaining part. So, we got kind of spammed with questions, and at first my phone was going off. I thought someone random was just spamming a bunch of stupid questions, but it turns out it's my girlfriend and one of her best friends. So let's go through these questions. So Kevin, who's my friend and her friend, says, I use Windows Movie Maker. How do I make movies? So you take like a bottle of bleach and then you just tilt it and then you just chug it. Am I pregnant? You probably are pregnant if you have to ask if you're pregnant. All right, Kevin says, can you get me into Obey? Yes, I can, Kevin. Just kidding. All right, Kevin says, SpongeBob or Captain Crunch? I'm gonna have to go with Captain Crunch on that one. Also, my hand is here a lot. I do this position a lot. So, sorry. Justin Escalona, Casey Neistat, and Stuart Harper, FMK. So, okay, listen, if you don't know who Stuart is, I'll put a picture on the screen. Stuart is a beautiful human, but I'm gonna have to marry Stuart. I'm gonna have to kill Justin Escalona, and I'm gonna have to, you know, Casey Neistat. All right, Kevin says, if Casey Neistat slapped you with yellow pages and did time lapse, okay. If you were stuck on a desert island and you could only have a hippo or a rhino, would you still eat bananas? If I was on a desert island, because 2 S's is dessert, 1 is desert. Desert island, dessert? I'm confused now. Wait, so if it's a desert island, is it made out of dessert? Diss Rice Gum for views. That wasn't a question. I just want to be on YouTube. I should honestly just make a music video dissing him, and that's an easy 10,000 views. Kevin says, least favorite girlfriend. And then Molly replies and said, I would guess me. Honestly, she's the only girlfriend I've had. So she's my favorite, but does that mean she can't be my least favorite, right? No, you're not my least favorite, Molly. Oh, thank God I'm done with his questions. That was a lot. All right, well, my camera stopped recording, but I think I was done with the questions, so we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Leave more questions in the comments down below because I'll do another Q&A if you guys want one. And ask more of like a wide range of questions. I got a lot of videography questions, which is cool, but like ask honestly anything you can literally think of. Literally, if you can think of it, literally ask the question. Okay, so also subscribe because my channel's been doing really well and been going up pretty quick. So like if we could hit 3,100 in like a couple weeks, that'd be dope. So anyways, thank you all so much. Have a great day. I love you all. Like I said, hit the fat like button. Let's hit like 100 likes. That'd be freaking dope. I'm a filmmaker. These are just little fun videos. Obviously, expect better content than this, but I love you all. Have a great day. Peace out.